All right, what is going on, guys? We've got the NBA tipping off tomorrow. Excited for the season to get started. So we've got two games on tap. We got the Knicks and the Celtics, and we've got the TWolves and the Lakers. So two pretty good games. Questions really just going to come down to injuries and all that stuff. I mean, if you look at the entire Lakers starting lineup, four of them are listed as day to day. If you look at the Minnesota lineup, all five are day to day. So that's interesting. And if we look at the Boston depth chart, Drew Holiday's listed as day to day. Knicks are actually completely healthy. Nobody's on an injury report. Miles McBride, who's our backup guard, is listed as day to day. Precious Achiuwa is going to be out, and Mitchell Robinson will be out as well. So let's kind of dig into these games. There are some props that I like. I will tell you, I generally stay away from betting money line in the NBA and the over under. I just try to stay away from it. I like props. If you're new to the NBA, you got to be really careful about blowout games. They will bite you in the ass when the starters sit in the fourth quarter and you only need them to score 1 point or 1 assist. So you have to be a little mindful about which games are blowouts and plan accordingly. Sometimes those are good to take unders, but we're going to be talking through that. So first game, Knicks and the Celtics, kind of a new look Knicks, same look from the Celtics. Porzingis is going to be out, so Horford. Jesus, Horford will start in his place. I thought he did pretty good down the stretch last year. Shoots a lot of threes. He'll make one or two of them. Doesn't get as many rebounds as you'd like, but that's kind of where Jason Tatum steps in. I didn't take the Tatum prop line for rebounds, but I'm not opposed to it. I want to say it's sitting at like 7.5, 8.5, somewhere in there. I'm going to look a little more into that, but it didn't make the card, but that's probably one that's kind of right on the fringe there. Not going to do any parlays today, just going to just give you some straight prop bets. Let's ease into the season a little bit. But in this Knicks game, so Knicks are 5.5-point dogs. I generally don't like taking half points in the NBA. It kind of bites you in the ass. So I usually stick to perfect numbers. So I like Knicks +6 in this, right? I would buy the half point of juice just in case. But it's really interesting. We'll have to see how Mikal Bridges kind of integrates into the offense. We know Josh Hart was an absolute rebound machine last year. We'll kind of see how Karl Anthony Towns plays into things, right? Obviously, he's going to take some rebounds away from Hart. I rode the Hart rebound train for a long time with a lot of success, so love that. But I want to give it a game. I don't want to jump right back into that. Just really want to see how KAT does in this lineup. I think Brunson should have a pretty decent day. I want to say his points line's like 27.5. Wouldn't be shocked if he goes over 30. Don't have that on the card, but that's another one. I don't mind it. Didn't bet on too many Boston props. I just kind of veered away from Boston last year, just in the prop market. Again, they tend to, got up on a lot of teams and then they'd sit them. So I don't really love it. There is a prop I like. That's Peyton Pritchard, who is going to be our backup point guard. I like his point total today or tomorrow. So I want to say it's 8.5. So I like him over 8.5 points. I just think Giroux being day to day, he's probably going to sit a little bit. So Pritchard should see some increased minutes. We know the guy can knock down the three. He can also drive it. I think he's a pretty good player. Him and Sam Hauser. Hauser's also day to day. Hauser's obviously the 3-point guy. Him and Pritchard really kind of sit back there and just knock down threes. But like I said, I would take the Knicks at +6 in this game. Like I said, don't really touch over-unders too much. If I do anything with that, it's going to be a live bet. All right, next game, Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lakers. So Timberwolves added Julius Randle. It's so weird not seeing Randle on the Knicks. But Randle, how will he integrate into this offense? How will he work with Anthony Edwards? We've got Dante DiVincenzo also from the Knicks is on the team this year. Timberwolves have already said they're going to be very sparing with Conley's minutes to get him ready for the playoffs. So if anything, I like his under 5.5 assists in that game tomorrow. And then we should see more minutes for Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's points line is at 11.5. We know if you take his points, you better hope he's knocking down the threes because that is where he's going to get the vast majority of his points. That said, I like the over 11.5 points for him. let's see, Julius Randle, the prop I like for him that we're going to talk about, and Gobert. God, I hate these names. Gobert, just kind of hit or miss on the rebounds for me. His rebounds always going to be high. It's going to be in that 12, 13 range. I didn't even look this time, but probably going to be somewhere in that between 11 and 13. Honestly, just want to see how many minutes he plays, right? We don't know how many minutes Naz Reid is going to play. The assist line for Naz Reid is 1.5, which is really, it's high for him, right? He'll get 0 or 1. Very, very rarely gets 2. So it almost leads me to believe they think he's going to play a lot more minutes than what he normally plays. So I want to veer away from the Gobert props on this one. For the Lakers, we've got D'Angelo Russell day-to-day, Austin Reeves day-to-day, LeBron James day-to-day, Anthony Davis day-to-day. I expect all of them will play. I like a rested LeBron James, I'll be honest. I think should come out with a little fire. But at the end of the day, I know the Lakers are at home. I would lean towards taking Minnesota. Like I said, I'm not going to do the -1.5. I would do the -1 or probably just money line. Point total 219.5. I would lean over. Like I said, I don't bet them. If I did, it'd be a live bet. Maybe if they come out a little hot and that line jumps up to like 224, 226, then I'll probably ping like the under. If it drops to 214, 213 in the first couple of minutes, then I might bang the over. That's really the only way I play those. Let's talk about our props here. So we'll get into what am I playing today. So, like I said, first prop I like, Peyton Pritchard over 8.5 points. I just think he's going to see some more minutes than what he normally does with Holiday being listed as day-to-day. That one could backfire, but I think there's value there at -105. LeBron James over 6.5 rebounds. I think a well-rested LeBron with Bronny by his side, first game of the year at home. I think he's going to want to show off a little bit. So over 6.5 points, and I like his over 39.5 PRAs. You can play one, you can play other. Mike Conley under 5.5 assists. We already talked about this. They are going to be a little sparing with his minutes. DiVincenzo should see a little more time on the floor. So I like his under 5.5 assists. I've got him projected to finish at about 4.2. So it's going to be somewhat close there. Julius Randle over 11.5 rebounds and assists. He was over this in the last 5 games he had played in New York. This is a pretty easy line for him to cross, to be honest. I think it's just more how will he integrate into the new team, right? Working with Ant and McDaniels and all those guys. But I like the over 11.5 RAs for him. And then last play, DiVincenzo over 11.5 points. Again, guys, this is based on him knocking down threes. You kind of know right away if this is going to be a boom or a bust. Give it his first 3 shots and you'll know. He needs to knock down at least one of them. But the good thing about DiVincenzo, dude just keeps shooting. He can miss 20 in a row, and he'll just keep shooting. So I like all those. That line's just a little too low at 11.5 in my opinion. I think he gets closer to probably that 18, 19 mark. So just good value there. So those are my 6 favorite plays. Again, we've only got 2 games on Tuesday, and then we'll have the full slate on Wednesday. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. I will catch you in the next video. Monday night video is out. Make sure you guys check that out. I will link that somewhere up here. You can click on it. Have a great day.